Hey there, Wargamers. Luka and Josh here from MiniWarGaming.com, bringing you some new Horus Heresy action. It'll be 2,500 points with the Imperial Fists up against the Death Guard.
We play and call it work.
MiniWarGaming's Horus Heresy Battle Report.
Let's take a peek at the Death Guard first. The first time I'm playing them in the new edition here of Horus Heresy, so please be sparing with the comments and point out if I miss anything that I explain here if you're unaware of the rules. But I will be playing the Creeping Death Rite of War. It has had a nice glow up since the last edition there. I'll explain what it does in further detail later on, but it's essentially war crimes, the Rite of War. Now we're going to move on to our actual Force Org here, and leading it all, Josh and I decided not to play with Primarchs today, but we still ran with named characters. So like the second, in the line there, I have Kalas Typhon leading the entire force. He will be the Warlord with Comes the Reaper Warlord trait, which I'll explain in greater detail what everything does later on. But because we're playing Creeping Death, we must take a Siege Breaker as a Centurion upgrade there. So we have one there, and he's going to have a Combi Flamer, alchemical Combi Flamer because we're playing Death Guard. He'll have his Power Sword, and I believe I gave him Melt-A-Bombs as well as Toxin Grenades, which is a new unique war gear for the Death Guard. Moving on to troops, I'll start off with the Grave Wardens, actually, because they become non-compulsory troops or troops in general. It doesn't really matter too much. They don't gain the line subtype, so that's all that really matters for me, personally. They are going to be what you see is what you get. I'll have Chain Fists. One of them is an alchemical heavy flamer there. Other troop choices, we invested heavily into Tactical Marines. I wanted to play WYSIWYG with them. To a degree. I wanted to try out all chainswords on tacticals to see how that kind of plays out. So we have two squads here. They're near identical. They all have chainswords. You have to imagine they have chainswords. I'll model on them somewhere there. We have a Legion Vexilla. And then the Sergeant will have his Power Scythe, as well as Artificer Armor, Melt-A-Bombs, and one of the two units will have Toxin Grenades, because the other unit will be joined by the Siege Breaker, so that way both units will have the fancy grenade there. It's any character type can upgrade to it, kind of like Rad Grenades from the other Rite of War, but they do something completely different. Moving on, we have our elites. Boy do we have elites. So we have a unit of Death Shroud Terminators here, 5 strong, at 70 points a model. Acting as not really a retinue for Kalas Typhon because I didn't need the elite slot, but they can now run as a retinue, and you can actually upgrade one of them to have a standard, which is kind of cool, so they can act as a Death Guard command squad if you so choose to at home. And they have Grenade Harness as an upgrade, and they all have Melt-A-Bombs just so they can kind of deal with any threat that comes their way. We are also going to have an Apothecary detachment of 1 Apothecary with no upgrades. Forgot to mention, we are going to be running a Land Raider Proteus Carrier with those Death Shroud Terminators, making them even more expensive. Ignore the Havoc Launcher and Combi Bolter. Those aren't actually part of the model here. I just didn't want to remove them. I didn't have the points for them, unfortunately. And there are 2 Rhinos with the Tactical Marines as well. Now, the last part of the list, we have a Leviathan Siege Dreadnought with the 2 Alchemical Flamers, the Phosphex Discharger, the Cyclonic Melta Lance, and then a fancy Claw with the Melta Gun inside of it. And lastly, we have 2 units, Heavy Support Squad, all with missile launchers. One will be 10 strong with Artificer Armor, and the other one will be 20 strong with Artificer Armor. And both the sergeants defensively will have Toxin Grenades. I had 20 points left over. I know I could have probably bought the weapons on the Land Raider, but I wanted Toxic Grenades on these guys instead. And that is it for the Death Guard forces. Let's go take a look at the Imperial Fists.
Moving over to look at the Imperial Fists, I'll be once again running Stone Gauntlet. I need to change the list up a little bit before I think I run something else. And hey, it's pretty good, and I've got all the shields, so I'm going to do it. I did change up the list a little bit, though. Leading the force now is Fafnir Ran. I've never actually listened to how they say his name, so Fafnir is what I'm going to call him for now. He is the Warlord. And then I'm also bringing a Centurion upgraded to be a Vigilator as a second HQ choice. Moving over to my elite choices, I've got a single Apothecary in the Apothecarion Detachment. And then I have 5 veterans with Nemesis Bolters all around. Troop choices, I've got 2 identical squads of 10 Phalanx Warders with Artificer Armor and the Sarge, then Rhinos with Dozer Blades and Multi-Meltas, and each has 2 Plasma. I then have a 18-strong squad of Phalanx Warders, Artificer armor on the Sarge, 2 plasmas, and then they've been upgraded to have melt-a-bombs, because it's a flat cost for the squad. It's expensive, but it seems worth it. Then I'm also running 2 bare bones tactical squads, just 10 dudes with bolters. Heavy support choices, I've got a Whirlwind Scorpius, a Spartan with Flare Shield, and then a heavy bolter squad, 10 strong, with the Augury Scanner. And that makes up my 2,500 points of Fists.
Now, for today's game, Josh and I will be playing a classic Dawn of War style deployment where we deploy along the long table edges of the mat here, 24 inches apart. And we got Mission 3, Shatter Strike, which I don't believe either one of us has actually played yet. Now, this one will last for 5 turns, but maybe a 6th turn on a roll of a 4+. Mission special rules allowed with this one will be reserves and night fighting. And then the primary objective is, well, Shatter Strike. At the end of the game, each player will score 2 victory points for every friendly scoring unit in their opponent's deployment zone and 1 point for every friendly denial unit in their opponent's deployment zone. And that is it for the primary. It's very simple in that regard. And now the secondaries are pretty standard. We have Slay the Warlord for 1 victory point, 2 if Primarchs are involved, but not in this case. Attrition, whoever kills the most amount of units at the end of the game will get a victory point, and then the price of failure, which won't be relevant for either one of our forces. There are no objectives. It is simply drive your force into the enemy territory, their deployment zone, and that is good for the creeping death. Alright, here we are with our table for today's game, this glorious Horus Heresy on Dawn of War here. We're playing on some outlying planet of probably import because Fafnir and, Callus Typhon are here. But if you're curious about where we got some of this terrain, and a big thank you to some of the terrain companies, the mat here itself with the road and the snow and the lovely effects will be from GameMat.eu. It's one of their 6x4 mats. They obviously have 44s by 60s in stock too, as per the new Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40k recommended table size. But we're playing Heresy today and it still runs 6x4s. Glorious 6x4 mats. And then the craters that we have in the middle here are from Urban Mat, and then the rest of the stuff is Greenleaf terrain for the rocks. Check out Adam over at Greenleaf to make pretty much any custom terrain you could ever possibly ask for, and then various Games Workshop kits as well, and old rhinos and drop pods that have all been destroyed. Totally era relevant rhinos.
The other one too is, I'll point out, I don't remember where the old beer can terrain came from, but I got called out for not using it. Yeah, in my last game,
which I find hilarious. Josh plays one game without them, and people.
The commenters know, so they're here. Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey, look at that. There's probably a video on how to make them. Somewhere buried.
It's a kit from something, so I don't know if it's like an old Death Ray Designs kit or one of the other companies.
I believe it's one of those. Yeah, exactly.
I'd have to look it up. I don't know. I'll figure out. Help me figure out this, because I always forget, and I'll get some beers, and we'll get more terrain.
Because they are aging. They're old and they're kind of showing it. You guys might not be able to tell, but you touch it, it might fall apart. You got to be careful with it. Is it that one over there?
This one's kind of falling apart.
Oh yeah,
it kind of spins a bit.
That's the rolly one. That's right. That's the heavily broken one. But there's one that Josh kept on his desk from a while ago.
That one wasn't beer can terrain, but that's like another when I kept getting made fun of because all my terrain, I was always fighting over an oil field. Yeah, exactly. An oil refinery 100% of the time.
Hey, well,
And when we moved, they wanted to get rid of that, so I rescued it.
Valuable resource. Actually, I do remember that one because it was like the double platform one. Yes, because it was falling apart. I do recall that one.
It's still falling apart.
It still is actively falling apart. That's true. And I want to remind our Silver Vault members or aspiring Silver Vault members that we have access to a lot of discount codes for terrain, models, hobby supplies, you name it. It is in there. Well over 50 companies now. Like Urban Mats, Game Mats is a couple of examples, and then the other 48 plus. You don't have to be a Silver Vault member to see it, but you need to be a Silver Vault member to check it out. Go to the Vault section on MiniWarGaming.com, and that will take you where you need to be. Or click on the link in the description below, or simply go to MiniWarGaming.com/silver discount, and that will redirect you to where you need to be. Now we're going to go ahead and deploy our forces here, and we'll be back in but a second. We're not too sure where the attacker or defender is as of right now. But first, one more word from our sponsors.
I've embarrassed myself. It's Ironheart Artisans, and I should have known that because I've ordered other stuff. Like my movement trays for the ogres, remember them?
Yes.
So yes, Ironheart Artisans.
You go check them out over there, and you can recreate this glorious beer can into refinery terrain storage canisters if you want as well. Hey, you know what? I do like them. They're quite fun.
They're fantastic. They're the best terrain we've got.
Best terrain we've got.
They've held up for like a decade of gaming.
Oh, rough gaming too.
And they look pretty nice, yeah.
They fit.
They do. They fit on every board.
Now, to be fair, looking nice thing is subjective. Well, here we are, all deployed. Josh did deploy second, so I'll show you mine. Well, I'll do Josh's first. We have a Whirlwind back there. Heavy Bolter team, Tacticals.
I did those backwards.
2 Rhinos with Phalanx Wardens.
Yeah, right, because that was the one I got mixed up on last time, because Breachers can't take them as transports, but Warders can.
Oh, is that the difference? Okay.
That's
cool.
one of many differences. More Tacticals, the Spartan, and then the Vigilator and the Lads. I will point out, as I always do, I don't make these bases.
Yes.
The bases, so all this stuff is Scammers Grass. Those are the battle-ready bases, so you literally just buy them out of the package like that.
Exactly, you glue your model to it.
I think your Space Wolves are on them, right?
Yes, my Space Wolves use the Tundra base, so they have like a little bit of wintry flock to them and everything. Yeah. But there's industrial, ruins, like fantasy, there's like you name it, they have it. So if you want to base your army to a theme, realistically, you have to like consider what your time's worth, and it saves you, unless you like basing. But if you hate basing, check these guys out.
Yeah.
Exactly that. So that's your deployment, and then to counter it, I wanted a cool kind of Death Star fight. So we have the Phalanx Wardens and Fafnir, and I have Catalast Typhon on the Death Shroud in here. Death Shroud and that Land Raider. And then we have the 2 Rhinos. This is the tactical squad with the Toxic Grenades. This is the one that will have the Siege Breaker, as well as just no Toxic Grenades. Our Grave Wardens, 1 heavy support team, another heavy support team with the Apothecary, and then our Leviathan Siege Dreadnought. Now Josh will be going first, and we do have Night Fighting active. I want a Night Fighting, and I got a 6, so it works. So we'll have Night Fighting for turn 1 and maybe turn 2. As a quick overview, if you're not familiar with the new edition, Night Fighting has a great impact on the game. You cannot draw a line of sight to an enemy that is more than 24 inches away. Now, there are certain warrior upgrades that can ignore some of that, but in this case, there's not much of it in this game. And your BS is reduced by 1, as well as your leadership. And firing out of line of sight with barrage weapons is a little more difficult as well.
I think you get to reroll hits.
If you roll direct hit, you have to re-roll it, yeah. So it pretty much, it can directly hit still, but it might always scatter. It should always scatter, regardless. And then that's going to be it. Now, Josh will go first. I will attempt to seize the initiative, I guess, because why not? It won't hurt me otherwise. Need a Taco Cat for that. We got it too, so no seizing the initiative. It will be turn 1 for the Imperial Fists. So good luck to Josh and the Fist, but better luck to me. Because
attaboy. I like that.
There's a different story last time. I'm going to say this for myself as well as the viewers. If you're not familiar, you might have already seen a couple of Imperial Fist battle reports, but Death Guard should be the first time on the channel. They have a rule called Remorseless. Infantry, vehicles, and dreadnoughts, essentially, there might be more examples, as long as they don't run or activate a jump pack or disembark via deep strike or arrive via deep strike, they ignore all movement penalties from difficult terrain, as well as they count as being stationary until my next turn where they move. So the heavy weapon teams can move. As long as they don't run, they can fire their missiles without snap firing, or las cannons, or whatever weapon you have them equipped with. And then vehicles can move if they're stunned as well. So it makes them very hard to stop in the movement phase. They're always moving as long as they're not running. But I mean, you can still run and then benefit from that as well. And then with my Rite of War, everything in my deployment zone gets shrouded 6 up, including enemy models, but my area counts as difficult and dangerous terrain. Now, the other part of my Rite of War is my entire army ignores the dangerous terrain. But if they don't run, they ignore difficult terrain. Yeah.
But they ignore the dangerous.
Now they ignore the dangerous terrain as well. And all areas.
And it's not just from the Rite of War. They ignore all of it, bar anything else. So like if you had dangerous terrain already existing on the board outside of your deployment zone, they'd still ignore it?
Correct. Yes. They just ignore dangerous terrain. And then any area terrain, in this case, we only have 3 craters down as area terrain. Those are good. The Death Guard have essentially shelled that area, and that is like toxic. So that is difficult and dangerous, on top of anything else that's already difficult and dangerous. And that's very lucky for this mission. It will be a little more difficult for the Imperial Fist than it would normally be. And that is kind of what I'm running here. So we're going to go on to the Imperial Fist turn. You guys are already familiar-ish with the Rite of War and the Imperial Fist rule. Yep. And all that fun stuff.
Once on the channel, I think, so far.
It's like already uploaded?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's already up.
Do you have another one like ready to go, or this
No, this is it. Yeah.
This is the second one. Gotcha. And we're going to, of course, explain the rules when they come up. Just to
the best we
clarify.
can and like
Exactly,
point stuff out because I mean like we're learning stuff as we go.
Exactly, we're learning as we play.
As
So leave
is,
some,
you know, playing a new edition.
if there's something that we missed that you caught, just leave some feedback down below and reference the page number and be like, oh, it technically doesn't work that way. Here's a reference on page 201 for whatever reason. Yeah. Anyways, let's movement phase. Anything fancy? Just gonna move everything.
Not gonna do much. I'm gonna move up to just barely be in range here.
Get within the 24 to be able
Brr.
to legally shoot.
Yes.
I can see the Land Raider.
There he is.
Wait a
That
second.
might be that's pretty close to being the only move. These guys are just gonna kind of shuffle a little bit.
Where's your veterans?
Right there.
That's right, they have the weird bolters. Correct. By weird bolters, I should explain they're like sniper bolters with the Vigilator. They're like
The Nemesis bolters, yeah.
they're like an assassination team kind of thing.
Oh, they're marksmen.
Yes,
I
which is kind of cool.
think that's I don't know if it's the best unit, but like
It's
like
a
that.
cool unit.
I'm already learning that I should have put different war gear on them slightly, but like
What do you think?
we'll talk about that after.
Oh, after? Okay, that's fair, that's fair. All right, what about the rest of your stuff? Are you just gonna not...
Just gonna hold still.
But the objective is...
We are the wall. We are the wall. The wall will move forward later.
You only have so many turns and you can't run with some of your stuff.
I can run with these guys on foot. These guys are in rhinos.
Okay.
So
fair.
hey,
Whoa.
play your own game.
I will
Play your own
You
game.
play your game, I'll play my game. So now that you move forward, it is now the shooting phase. Are we
Yes.
only firing with that?
That and these guys do have an augury scanner on them.
Oh! That ignores knife fighting, I assume?
They ignores the targeting part of it.
Oh, they suffer the BS part still.
Yes.
Gotcha. But your fists, so you hit a little bit better with bolters?
Correct.
Nice, you're just hitting on threes again.
Yeah.
Nice, okay.
Well, we'll start here. Boop.
All right. That will be the 2 quad las cannons, which are 4 shots twin linked into the front of my Land Raider.
Now, one thing to point out, I believe it's in the starter book, like the Get Started book, for the like big box set. They give simplified stats, and they have these things just not being twin linked, but 8 shots. It's not how it works.
In the actual rules of the game, they are
In the core, in the actual like army list.
they're heavy
proper.
2, Sunder twin linked.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good luck. 3,
So,
4s.
4s.
Oh, knife fighting maybe stops 1. It didn't help too much. Okay. These are going to be 5s to glance, but they're Sunder. So we have nothing but las
Oh,
cannons.
come on, baby!
We got the glow up. Oh,
No,
nothing.
nothing. Oh,
Okay. Well, you
bad
had the
roll.
chance to at least. I
Bad
suppose.
roll.
Bad roll indeed. I hope you have more. Screw you. From the Spartan, we're going to go to the Whirlwind Scorpius, who does not
Indeed.
really need line of sight to fire because of barrage and snipe fighting. But
He's
we're
got line of sight anyways, though.
Exactly. So we're going to put the barrage on this dude's head right here. It'll be a pretty good hit if it hits, but if it directly hits, we have to re-roll it because it's
Yes.
fighting. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, it's going to scatter anyways. Oh, gross. That's like a direct hit.
It's pretty good.
That's a pretty good roll. So he ranged them in, got some words. So we're going to hit 8, 9 on that unit, and then 1 hit on the Rhino. And these are strength 8 still?
Strength 8, yeah. Strength 8, AP 4, but they're rending 4 up because it didn't move.
Correct. Okay. I'm going to Shroud here for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got an Apothecary. Oh, I guess I should Shroud because it's instant death. It's strength 8.
Yes, yeah.
So I will not be happy about that, but it is what it is. Now, I would love to have a quick change here because the friend maker's on the table. Can I just I'll swap those with the those are tactical marines we're shooting at now. Those are actually in the Rhino.
Oh. I was gonna say,
In hindsight, I wish.
I'm like, maybe I'll change my target, I guess, then.
No, but I immediately realized that they could take. I've never actually really messed with heavy weapon teams before. They can actually take Rhinos as dedicated transports as Death Guard. Makes sense. That keeps them safe for the first turn. I'm not gonna do that.
Everybody loves an underdog story.
Exactly. This is a rough start. I could still survive this. Let's do these first. Take the Shroud and save against it, I suppose. I will Shroud 3 of them. And then these are...
AP4. Yep.
AP4? Okay, well I've got heavy, so I get to reroll against
Yes,
those.
you do.
Little quick question, not too sure how to resolve certain... with this game, it's essentially the same as it was last edition, where you can only pull models that are in line of sight and range. Whereas Barrage before, you would have pulled from the center of the Barrage marker. Just kind of curious on how that works these days. I was going to treat it like an old Barrage, I guess. The Sergeant's over here. That means 3 guys are going to die from... I'll move 3 from back here. 3 will die from the Rending 4 up. And I made half the saves on Shrouded, which is nice. And then I still owe Josh 2 more 3-up saves. Which are... Oh, gross. Which are rerollable. Because they're heavy. Make them both.
Nice.
Good job, lads. That will kill 3, which will be a pinning check. Actually, they're immune to pinning. Yeah. Not pinning, it's a morale. They'll take a morale check later on. And then...
I think I got
the hit on the Rhino, correct, yeah. 10. Side is 11. I was double checking, there's still 11 on the side. So that just bounces off the hull there. And is that... Oh, they have the augury scanner.
Yeah, they got the augury scanner.
All right, well, here are the... They're all in range and line of sight. They can see every model except for that guy there. So that's the last one to be pulled.
So hitting on 3. So it's -1 ballistic skill, but +1 to hit.
Because they bolters. The first
and I can shoot at you because of the fact I have an augury scanner,
yeah.
which allows me to ignore the part of night fighting where it says I can't target over 24.
Essentially, they're being radioed in where the enemy is.
I said it out loud.
They're shooting into the darkness. And 3's to wound. 9 wounding hits on the first volley. And then,
not too bad. And then we got the
20 more coming in.
second. 3s. Glory. Stormbolter, thanks for the dice, bro.
Haha. Could be 21 saves. Boop, 21. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 5 at a time until it gets to the sergeant. I'd rather not lose him, I guess. Yeah, 5 at a time. So that's 3 saves, but we have the apothecary. So that's 2 feel no pains. And then let's just hope this continues. Oh, goodness. I failed one of those. And the doctor does not save a homie. Boom, honored friend. Now I gotta do 4 at a time. Okay.
You're making good saves.
Yeah, this is pretty good. Ooh, 2 doctors. Saves 1 more. So 2 guys die. We'll lose you, I seems fitting. Hail of bullets into the darkness kills 2 more heavy weapon teams. You killed half my unit, dog. And that's that. Saved 3 of their lives with the... I was hoping to save the shoot back stratagem, but... Not stratagem, reaction, but I had to use the shrouding against the Scorpius.
There's also night fighting, so I don't know if you could have actually targeted me.
Oh, that's true. I'm behind the line.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, we're both at the line, so I have to move forward still. That's true. So shrouding worked better against the Scorpius, saved 3 of their lives. Is that it for shooting?
Yep.
I owe you a morale check. They can still fail those, so for dramatic effect. We are good.
Yep.
And that will conclude turn 1 for the Imperial Fists. We're going to go on to turn 1 for the Death Guard. My movement is going to be a little more interactive. I'm going to move forward my entire army. We're going to show you where they end up. All right, so we move up with our forces. Again, with the Creeping Death, all of our Legion of Astartes units on the table, in this case, ignore dangerous terrain. So don't have to care about testing, don't get slowed down. And moving there, Randos moved forward their full distance. Grave Wardens, heavy weapon team up and behind them. Kind of spreading out a little bit. They're going to act as a unit for later. This is a little messed up. I was actually debating on like disembarking a tactical squad and then putting them in there. I'm like, whatever. I'm already committed to the table, so we'll keep going forward. And then our the heavy stuff unable to run, obviously. So the Leviathan just moving forward. It's 6, and we are here to shoot stuff. We're going to start with this Land Raider firing up the Vigilators up there.
Please don't.
This one will fire at full BS, and then everything else will snap fire. The
Where's this last cannon going?
I guess they'll pivot more. Yeah, they're all going to go up there. Boom, boom, boom. 9th edition brain. We'll do the 2 on 4s because it's night fighting, and then we have 2 on 6s because snap firing. So 2 hits on them.
Twin link. No. Sorry,
they just have their Cognos. Yeah.
Right.
That's 1 wounding hit.
1.
5 up cover save in the.
They might as well do the. They're gonna shroud.
Take a shroud against it. Okay.
Yeah. I gotta think about this more. Sorry, give me a second. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the shrouding up there. I'm just gonna take the 5 up cover.
5 up cover, and then they have a shroud. Oh, not the shrouding.
Not the shrouding.
So 1 guy dies, and we have the twin linked heavy bolter. We have a hit, and a wound. But you have a 3 up save. You're good. You just kill the guy. Haha. 20%. No, less than that actually. I'm gonna tempt the devil here.
You're gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put whatever. I'll do missiles into your guys up there.
Cool.
I have to roll all those dice again. Oh, gross. Maybe I'll put them in the tacticals if they're not within 20. Yeah, not quite. Whatever. I'll put shots. I don't really care about that.
I kept them back for a reason, even though you made fun of me.
I'll put the shots into the heavy weapon team because why not?
Okay,
You get free shooting back at me before they die too. And they have cover saves. And whatever. I don't care. At this point, it doesn't really matter. We miss once.
That's pretty good.
We wound on 2s. We have 3 wounding hits. Covers. You save 1. 2 die. Boom, boom. And then they get to fire back. They're going to use the reaction.
But I think I get to technically do that before I pull the casualty.
You do. It's before you pull. You get the full 10 firing.
3s. You were fine last time. It's all good, bro.
Oh, I'm confident. I'm playing arrogantly and confidently. That's not bad for the first volley. A few failed wounds there. That is 8 wounds.
You're fine.
We're fine. Second one. Okay. And 3s to wound. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, better.
A little bit better there. There we go. We are at 18 saves here on them, and I have 4 guys before the sergeant, so I guess I'll just do that 4 at a time. So those 4 take it. I feel like, you know what, I'm gonna do the sergeant 1 at a time. I'm feeling saucy here. Feeling the pain. Okay, he dies. my sauce levels are down. So we have 4 at a time now. I just do them all now. Yeah, because they're all 3-up saves. Oh, come on, this train's gonna grief me all game. That's not a bad roll. But that could be the rest of the unit. Yo, we got 1 missile launcher left. The apothecary dies. Now, I know everyone at home was like, Luka, that's a bad idea. I was mostly just trying to show off the interaction with heavy weapon teams showing off, shooting at each other. I knew it was a bad idea, but the goal here is to try and show off the interactions in the new edition, even though it's to my detriment. Because it was a reactionary back and forth fire, that doesn't cause morale checks on my guy here. Now we have 1 honored friend running around the battlefield there. Okay, I think, I already resolved that. They'll fire their combis, I guess, why not? We'll go snap firing, or it doesn't have to snap fire, just only 1 shot, we're not quite within 12, so 4 to hit. And it hits, it does not wound. I'll quickly resolve the other one on the same target there, those tacticals. Oh, it's only 1 shot, but it hits and wounds, I guess, there we go. 1 save on a tactical squad. Take that! 1 bolt, eh? And then for this edition, firing points on vehicles is not really a thing. It's like a building and fortification rule now. So I don't get to fire the 2 bolt gun guys in each rhino. That should conclude it. I'm going to double check range on the Leviathan, though I think he's out of range. And then these guys are not within 24 of any targets because of knife fighting. Double checking, he's about 20 inches away from the heavy bolter team up there. So we're going to conclude my turn there. Nothing else to do. And then I'm going to roll a d6 on a 4-up. Knife fighting will persist in the second turn. We do not have knife fighting. So the sun is up. We can see clearly into the distance, or at least it's light enough to see into the distance. And we're on to battle round 2 of maybe 6. Ready?
Yes, ready enough.
Where do you want to start?
Ready enough. These gents are moving up.
Whoa.
Oh no.
So Rhino moved forward. 6 inches, disembarked the... Not the Alex Warden?
Warders.
Warders, yeah. And then the tacticals moved forward and the warders behind stayed inside. And then the tacticals moved forward over there. They're pushing towards Death Guard territory, and here comes Spartan. Boom. So after the Land Raider Spartan moves forward and disembarks the giant Death Star, we're going to enact a withdrawal with this guy. We're going to pivot up to...
Oh, boo, you coward. Come back.
90 degrees first and go backwards 6 inches. A tactical move. For sure. After that, the Scorpius will move.
Yeah, just to there.
It wants to see these guys, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just good.
He's going to stay where he was.
Yeah, I'm staying where I'm at.
Just so he gets
Rethinking this.
the bonus from the Scorpius launcher. Or whatever the weapon on the top's called. Shoot, baby,
Begin
shoot.
the shoot.
Where do you want to start?
We're going to go here into the Rhino. So
All right, they have the multi-melt. Hey, you actually have the multi-melt on that one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm going to pretend that somebody pops out of the hatch.
It misses, but it's twin link now. It hits. Ooh, fancy. And does it do anything? 13, that's a pen, I guess. Right?
Yep.
Are we in half range? Yeah, you
I
made
made sure I got in half range.
Yeah, fair. Oh, you got him! Boom! Get out of here with that nonsense. Okay, so it's going to be a big hit to the... See if you hurt that first. Oh, how far is it going to go? 2 inches, so it'll hit that. Does it hurt it, though? It glances it. And my dude's inside.
Doesn't that pen it?
13? Oh, it's a pen. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
And what type of pen is it?
Stunned?
Yeah.
Which doesn't matter. Okay, because they're Death Guard. That's why it doesn't matter. And then the dude's inside, so it's going to explode. And then roll me 11 dice, wounding on 2s. 11 dice. That is 10 wounds. It's 10 wounding hits. I'm going to do this 9 at a time for the regular tacticals. They're going to take the explosion first. That's going to kill 2 of them off, and then another 3 up. So 2 die. Nice little rhino-shaped unit there. Let's see if they get pinned. They suffer the effects of pinning. Double one. For the purpose of like reactions and whatnot, but their movement can never be like penalized. That was incredibly unfortunate. I'm tired of these multi-meltas. Same one, another one. Oh boy, here we go. Huh. That's a hit. And we're in melt range because you made it so. Glance. Yep.
That's just a glance, yeah.
All right. We took a glance earlier as well. 1 singular hull point remaining for that rhino. Now for the plan. What's the plan?
Guy decided to not move.
Scorpius. Boom. Boom. Well, that's really bad for them. Not my stuff. Oh, perfect.
Hey.
That's exactly what Josh needs. That's the whole unit hit. That's not good. 10 left.
Looking for 2s. 4s are better.
Okay, we got a few. We got 4 4-ups. Yep. I am not going to shroud against this. I want to save it for my advanced reaction, which won't actually work well with this shot here, unfortunately. 4 rending hits, eh? Well, that's unfortunately just going to be 4 dudes dead. Boom, 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 boom. And then I have 5 saves to make, which are 3-ups. Yeah, I gotta do 3 at a time. I want to keep the Sergeant and the Siegebreaker kind of going. So the 3, it kills one of them off, and then I got 2 more to do. Kills another one off. So we'll keep the command. I mean, that's gonna be a morale check for sure, I believe. And the bolters in the back.
10 more handsome boys putting shots.
Boom, 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 boom.
Looking for 2s.
Should be 2s, yep.
Oh, I'm still missing a couple.
4s to hurt me. That's 4 wounds. Start with the Vexilla, one at a time until he unfortunately dies. Oh man, that means
He's just eating
ironclad.
that. We'll do these lads next.
The Warder Squad, they have 2 plasma guns and a bunch of bolt guns.
Yep, and just start with bolt guns. Regular bolters.
2s, because they're bolt guns. That's the Imperial Fist thing. And
Oop. No dropped dice here. You don't have that many to take.
not too many.
5.
5 saves? All right, we can take 5. That should, obviously every model's in line of sight and range, so we're gonna do Vexilla first until, okay, he died. Sergeant, 2 up. We wanna keep like the character going. So Sergeant's dead, and then 2 more 2-ups. All right, so we just have the Siegebreaker remaining. All right, we got the plasmas.
First plasma.
1 hit.
Second plasma.
2 hits. Ooh, 3 hits in total. Fancy.
Looking for 2s, but really looking for 4s.
Yeah, 4s are good. We have 3, so 2 up. And then 2 refractor fields. Boom, boom, he gets gunned down and dies. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh.
Heavy bolters into your missile launchers. It'll give you the shots back, but then you don't get the 4-up field. Yeah, let's do that.
Do this for Joe. 2s to hit. Because it's no longer knife fighting.
3s.
7 wounding hits on the first volley. And more. Hey,
There
you know
we
what?
go.
I stopped 8 of these shots coming my way. I weakened them a little bit.
You did.
And 3's doing okay, about half fail. But another 9. They're all in range and line of sight, so I'll do the Sergeant last. He'll have Artificer armor. So I gotta do 4 at a time. That gun's down 2 of them. But they're my deployment zones, so we get shrouded 6 up after this. It didn't matter. So 2 die. Bah! Bah! I gotta do 2 at a time. Until we get, oh no, shrouded. 2 die. Now we just have all, these are all 2-ups. Can he do it? No, he can't. 6 up. No!
There he goes! He survives!
He survives, but he's got to do a morale check. Put those there to remind me later. The other squad got completely annihilated. And then the Spartan! Into my
Indeed, the Spartan. I think we're going to put the heavy bolters over into that one Grave Warden I can see, though. Okay, so yeah, we'll put the heavy bolter into them.
Okay. Yeah.
2s. Twin linked. Yeah.
Nice.
3s.
And 3s. Alright, 3 hits. Just 2-up saves on them.
Are you doing the reaction?
No, not against this.
Okay.
I want to do it against, if they fire, right? Then I'd rather have it against the more shots. The advanced reaction is called Remorseless Advance. It gives you a 4-up feel no pain against that shooting attack, that unit shooting attack.
Gotcha, it's not for
So
the phase.
it wouldn't transcend the entire phase here. So I have, we're good on the saves there.
Cool.
That would have been whoever was in line of sight range there.
Brr.
And it moves 6, so everything's full BS, I think? Yeah.
Yep.
So 3s. Twin linked. Get out of here. Now we have 5s. With Sunder. So that's a glance. And the Sunder.
Gonna go fishing. I could reroll that if I wanted to, but I'm probably not gonna get a 6. So I'll
we
get
got
one
pen.
there.
All right. So I am not. I got to double check if it's wholly within my deployment zone or just in my deployment.
You might get
zone.
the intervening anyways.
There's that
a
as
cover?
well, yeah. Just in case against the pen. So that doesn't matter. And then the glance. Okay, it doesn't matter for that. I would have looked it up if it mattered, but I don't make the cover saves anyways. And then I got to double check how the creeping death shrouded works. It's just as long as it's within the deployment zone. So against the pen, we do not shroud it. The glance, we don't shroud it either.
Okay, so you take 1 whole point for sure.
1 whole point for sure, and then please don't make me sad.
You said it.
I did. Okay, good. So 2 hull points on him. The 3 hull points. I gotta do a leadership for the guys inside because
Technically, it's at the end, but you can do it now if you
I'll
want
do
to.
it now. Yeah, they are.
Snap firing.
Well, that's unfortunate. That's okay. Well, actually, they didn't really have any good weapons. We're gonna go with this squad over here because I took a pen earlier. Okay, they're also snap firing. Oh, gosh. Very nice. And then from the Spartan, we go to the veteran squad firing at the Rhino with their fancy bolt guns and the Vigilator as well, I assume.
Yeah, they've all got to shoot there. They're all Nemesis bolters. He's got like a mastercrafted one.
Right.
Into the Rhino, 2s.
Bolt guns. And then strength 5?
Strength 5, yeah.
So 6 is a glance?
I think they're rending. Doesn't matter.
Okay, fair. The Vigilators hits. Does that matter for him?
I gotta double check because he rends. I think he's 2 up rending.
Ugh. So rending 2 up, so it's strength 10, and the rending will trigger, so you're adding D3 to it, so it's an automatic glance. So it's just a glance. But that does strip the last hull point off of it. Which shouldn't do anything. I've already failed the pinning check on, not the pinning check, but the snap firing thing on them. So I have to do an emergency disembarkation on the homies inside. Well, we're gonna disembark, and then we're going to, that's where we're at. Now they're getting shot at by tacticals, oh no.
Yes. Unrelenting.
Should be 18 shots.
Volleys of fire.
Yeah.
Not quite, because a couple aren't in rapid fire.
Oh, I see.
I think I'm 2 dice short.
2s.
And then 4's to wound.
Nah, lots of 6s. 5 3+ saves. You kill 1. That guy's not going to be in line of sight, so we'll say that guy dies.
Got 7 warders that can shoot over, so why not?
Into my tacticals.
None are in good range.
Yeah. I'm trying to save my shooting reaction so that they don't get shot at or he doesn't get shot at by anything scary.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I'm trying to bait it out here and there.
It's just not worth me to use. I only have the 1. I gotta get a Warlord Trail. Let me do 2 in the shooting phase.
Looking for 2s, the bolters.
Typhon is a movement phase guy though.
And then 4s.
Right,
Good lads.
ones? Yep.
Yeah, just bolters.
Is that 3 of them?
Yep.
That have line of sight. You can see kind of the front guys there, so it'll be 3 ups. You kill 1 of them.
And then I got 2 plasmas.
Oh boy.
Pew,
Both hit.
pew.
And we're looking for 4 up for the rending. Otherwise, regular saves. So we're gonna have a 3 up and a crater save. So we'll do the crater save. Didn't matter, and the 3 up matter. Okay. It doesn't matter if I did it the other way around or not. So we'll say you died to the 3 up. The crater save would have been the guys in the crater, which actually died because I made the 3 up. That's right. That's how that works. That will conclude the shooting phase. I have a morale check to do on them. They are going to probably fail. I'll double check that. And then this missile launcher team here. Guys fail all my morale. Oh, they're snap firing anyways. It doesn't matter if they run, I guess. That is indeed a failed morale. They are leadership 8 with the sergeant. So they do have a Vexilla though, so I don't have to run the full 2d6. So it's going to go 3 inches away. That's them turning tail to a more tactical position. That will conclude the shooting phase, and then definitely no charges with Josh's army because he shoot. And then we're going to go on to my turn 2. We're going to go ahead and just try and rally. Let's start on my turn. I'm going to move them and try and rally them. They... I don't think I can fail more of these, dude. They go 1 inch. Oh, gosh. Painful. Oh, well. And then we're going to continue on to brighter horizons and other things that might go well for me. We're going to move the Leviathan next. And Leviathan over there. And then we're going to move these weapon teams, I guess. We'll have the Grave Wardens move there. We're going to move forward the Land Raider and disembark its contents. Contents! It's contents! We're going to move there, and then no reaction from the Imperial
Right, we
Fist.
talked about it. I could do the countercharge one. But if I do that, then I countercharging in this player turn, so I wouldn't get the rerollable saves, which I'd rather just have.
Right. All right, so we will move there. We're going to go ahead and disembark the honored friends inside as well. Now, I've got to remember none of these guys can actually shoot their weapons because they have the snapfire because they took a penetrating hit. You're like, leadership 10. We disembark the melee squad. We'll see who can do what against whom here.
Again, like I have the option to do the countercharge thing, but I lose the invuln save, and I think you've got defensive bonuses.
Oh, yeah, it counts as disorder charge because Typhon's in the unit. He's got the smoke emitting thing that they have, yeah. Then, we're done. That's all the movement. So we're on to shooting. I can't do Typhon's psychic shooting attack, nor can I do any of their shooting attacks because they're snap firing this turn. So we are going to go on to the Land Raider, who's just going to put everything into the Vigilators. Like, right, dude. I actually kind of want to lighten up this squad a little bit here. We're going to start with the figure out what the Grave Wardens can do these days. They're going to do their little grenade launchers. They're going to do the frag shells. Sorry, toxin shot. They instead of being individual blasts, they're all assault 4 now. And then they would have gotten a +1 to the poison shots from the toxin rounds if they're within 6 of Typhon for his roller trait, come the Reaper, but didn't really care about that too much here. They're going to be hitting on 3s. Bam, 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 bam. And then these are poison 3 up. That's a miss over there, don't have to worry about that one. Oh. And this many saves. 5,
nice.
10. Alrighty, good luck.
On just regular men, 3 ups. Who failed more than, well, more than a couple is technically correct. Doctor saves.
Kills 2. Line of sight and range. It goes up to pretty far in there, so this guy's got like almost the whole unit covered, so you could say he's in range.
Yeah, sure. We'll just, probably over here.
Sure, his shells go that way and kill 2 guys. They're within 18. And line of sight. And then we're going to go ahead and fire our... Oh, let's do like these missiles into the tactical squad in the back there, I guess. We'll
No.
do 1 missile. That's a miss. The other missile hits and wounds. And then...
Cool, I guess I'll try to take a...
Yeah, that guy's got to save. I think barricades are 5 up. Don't roll 5, we don't have to worry about it. Okay, he's dead.
Yep.
And then, yeah, we're going to go to the Land Raider, firing everything into the Phalanx, or the Warder Squad there, to try and do some damage to him. We will, yeah, just everything into them. We'll start with the, should be able to fire that one fine and that one fine.
Yep.
So 3s, twin linked, that's a miss, and 2s. And we're going to remember the Rite of War for the fists against the
Jump back a
toxin
second.
shots. You have...
Oh no, because I used a 3-up armor. I should have used my 4-up invuln. Now it's fixed. Now it's fixed.
Only the invuln you get to
The invuln I get to reroll, which I should always be using my invuln. So there you go. You get a freebie.
I got a freebie. Okay.
There was how many wounding hits?
2. So
2 with last cannons?
2 reroll 1 invuln. Do you have? Yeah, you have a 4 against shooting attacks, I assume. Yep, because they're +1. Oh, it passed both. And then the heavy Bs for Joe. Come on, Joe. Use a twin linked. And 3s. You have 3 rerollable invulnerable saves if you choose to take them. Rerollable. And a doctor save. Kills 1. Got 1. Take that. And then that's, again, those guns aren't there. And we're going to move on to the Leviathan firing at that border squad there, I believe. We'll start with the Phosphex because the heavy flamers are not in range. We'll put it on that the guy with the plumes head. No, the
Sergeant's head? Okay, that guy's head?
That guy's head there.
Okay.
On a direct. And it will be big scatter.
So that's your holes right there.
Boom. That's where it's going to scatter after modifying the BS. And then we're going to put it 2 inches backwards because of crawling death.
And where you just want it straight back?
Whatever looks the best, yeah. What do we
You're
get
gonna
there?
hit 5 there.
5 honored friends. I'll take it. I'll take the 6 hits with the crawling death. We found a better spot. These are poison. So we have 5 saves on them, which you have the invuln. These are all EP2, but invulns, rerollable.
I'm gonna do the shrouding on this, by the way.
Shrouding, yeah, it's a reaction.
I don't think I get to declare yet, but...
So you fail 3 of them, but you get to reroll because the...
Rite of War.
Rite of War. Okay, didn't help. That kills 3.
I will do the shrouding right now, though.
Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, only 1 dies. And then that's it. So 1 dies from that. And then we have the 4 shots from the Melta, which hit 3 times and wound on 2. So 3 more 4-up rerollable saves. The reroll. And then Shroud. No, that's 2 dead. And then we have the single Melta gun shot. Hit and wound. I might as well have done that with the other ones. I don't know why I didn't bother. Reroll. Okay, so he killed 2 guys with his shooting. Gonna kill the 2 in the back there.
I'm gonna just slightly try to put this underneath.
Oh yeah. They have some difficult terrain and dangerous terrain underneath them. They're slowed. That should conclude my shooting. No morale checks. I didn't quite kill enough models. And we're right on to charges. Big charges here. Okay, I guess we'll start with the Leviathan. In an attempt to charge those honored friends over there. Would you like to? I assume you don't want Overwatch.
I can't remember if I get to do this before or after I see your results.
Fair. Now I'm going to get to wait to see all the charges first. So he'll declare a charge there. I don't know what he needs. I'm going to have to roll high. That's a fail.
Cool, I'll Overwatch you.
There you go. Oh, I see. We'll search forward 2, and then we'll have an Overwatch.
Plasma the first.
2 hits.
Plasma the second.
1 hit. And strength 7, so 5s, I guess. But 2 rents, so that's 2.
2, not breach. Because Rend would auto wound.
Right. But they still wound anyway.
They still do, yes.
I take 2 damage.
2s.
6s.
Yes, indeed, good sir.
I see a 6. Do I see a save? Oh, it goes right. It got in there. Oh, that cost him 3 wounds and a failed charge. Never would have seen it coming. Never would have seen it coming. But hey, I guess that's the Heresy for Luka so far. I've actually had great luck in the Heresy so far. Every game has been very easy. All
No
around.
spoilers. They don't know the order these are going out. So they've seen at least half your game so far.
Which is the one I've played.
Oh, okay. No, okay.
Yeah.
They haven't seen half your game so far.
Yeah, they haven't seen those ones yet. Okay, we're trying. We're getting there. Let's go ahead and declare a charge. Can you do 2 assault ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Declare a charge with the the Grave
Wardens?
Yeah, do tennis charge. Oh, hate that. And we'll try charge with Callous Typhon then.
Heck yes.
Let's go. 4. You know what?
They make it.
Good enough. Well, they all charge, and then more Overwatching.
Yes. Here comes the Overwatch. Because I get to do 2.
Yeah.
First plasma.
1 hit.
Second plasma. I gotta do a gets hot save.
That's fair.
Or no, do I get see if I wound you first?
You wound twice, but one's breaching.
Yeah.
So I have a 2-up. An invul. Oh, I'll make the invul. Okay,
that
that's fine.
balances.
Put this guy down to. These guys have 3 wounds apiece, so we'll put you down to 2 in the back here.
Yeah, it's equal to the AP that hit him. Or sorry, that the weapon was. So it's AP 4. So I got a 3-up armor.
Okay, I see.
I guess I could take a 4-up invul and save though.
Maybe would have screwed up either way. There you go.
Cool.
Nice. Cool right away.
First volley of bolt shots. When you get on 4s.
5 wounds on the first half.
Second volley.
And then another 8 on the second volley there. So these are all 2-up saves. Ugh. So you kill the one guy and wound another. And we'll put the wound on this one. And this guy dies. That should conclude all my charging. So we're on to the fighting phase. We only really have this fight over here. You have 3 characters in there technically: Apothecary, Sergeant, and Fafnir.
Yep.
Oh boy. Well, because it's my turn, the challenges are a little weird. I will elect the challenge with this guy here.
That guy there?
They're all chosen warriors, so. Actually, I'll make it simple. I'll do that guy there because they're in combat.
My sergeant will say yes.
Hey, welcome, homie. Now that we're in the assault phase, Callous is a psyker. He has a rule called the Witch Blood, where he has a unique psychic discipline where it's witch senses. He has like a little bit of precognition or prescience per se, and he can kind of see how the opponents are going to strike at him and how that all works. So he'll get an extra weapon skill, which won't matter here because he's not in a challenge, but he'll get an extra D3 attacks. But I had to do a psychic test, and I failed all of these historically. Okay, we're good. We passed it. So he'll have a further 3 attacks on his profile.
I'm also going to make note, I will fix over here, obviously. But for me to get the bonus to the reroll, I do have to be base contact. But that could have been simply
They could have
base
just
contact.
came out of the Spartan base contact. It doesn't actually change anything. They're about to pile in anyways and correct it.
Just means I'm going to break more of my models when I play.
Yeah, exactly that. Okay, well, then we're on to fighting. I'm initiative... I don't know. It's between Fafnir and Callous. Probably Fafnir.
Initiative 10.
Yeah,
you gotta pay the executioner's tax.
The executioner's tax. So he like flails out with his axes, like D3 plus
He runs
3
out and
times.
just slaps you a couple times.
All right, good luck.
D3 plus 3.
Ooh,
Heck yeah.
6 free attacks.
Suffers. Yeah, you just suffer the hits. Nice. 3s. Take that.
4 saves on me.
Yep.
2 ups. You do damage. Hey. Initiative 5 guys pile in is Callous and Fafnir, so he'd go in contact, so you'll go into the guy fighting there. We have a challenge there, and then I'll do my attacks first, you do yours. I don't get Reaping Blow because I'm only in contact with one model in this case. So Callous has Lacrimae now instead of a Mastercrafted Power Scythe. He's got 4 attacks base, he charged, and then his Witch Senses give him an extra 3 attacks. But it's two-handed, so he doesn't get the bonus of 2 weapons. He's a Terminator anyways. These hit on 3 still. That's a good roll. These are Fleshbane, AP2. And then he gets to reroll Fleshbane because of his Warlord trait. So that many saves. 3, 7, 8. Which are rerollable 4-ups.
Yep.
Because nasty wall things.
We are the wall.
Kill one guy. Maybe you get a doctor save. It's not instant.
Doctor, save me. Yeah, okay.
And then Fafnir gets to go.
Fafnir gets 4 attacks. Looking for 3s.
He's fighting with a shield, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah. This weapon is Mastercrafted, so we have... Okay, they all hit.
And then 2's to wound, I believe.
Strength 6.
Yes, sir.
That is 2 wounds. AP2?
Yes.
Alrighty, so we have our Tartarus save. Make 1, and fail the other. That means it does kill that wounded guy off. Even though it's Fafnir attacking, it's the unit that's treated as the attacking unit, and then I have to take wounds on models that are engaged with the unit attacking. And in this case, it's this guy over here. He has to unfortunately die, so I lose some attacks there. And then we're going to go on to initiative step 4, where I'm already all in base contact. We have to pile in some of the warders. Well, it is now coming to my attention that these are all power axes.
Oh, this guy gets to go.
Ooh, Apothecary, bring it in. Boom. All right. So that also denies me my Reaping Blow, funny enough. And grenade harnesses were a bad buy in this case. So I don't.
You're going to take them in most circumstances anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because I have almost 20 power axes coming my way, that's very bad. That's okay, though. We're going to go ahead and just fight, I suppose. They have 4 attacks each because they charged. But this guy's got to fight in the challenge, so I'll do him first. So I'm going to skill 5, but because I charge them with their shields and their rules, they go to weapon skill 5 as well. I hit on 4s, nice, and then I have my other dudes attacking. Which would be 2 of them into the unit, depending on 4s, because he was weapon skill 5. Didn't matter there. Only 1s and 2s and 4-ups. These are wounding on 2s, AP 3, but I assume the running doesn't matter.
No.
All right, so there we got 3, 4-up reroll invulnerable saves. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, rerolling the 2 because of the Red of War, and the Doctor. Hey, I got 1! Nice, and that's all I got to bear. Now they get to pile in, and it's just
the Apothecary swinging.
That guy back there can't die. He's too far away. Have to be anyone within 2 inches of the front line, essentially.
Sure, this guy.
Boom, that guy dies. And then the Apothecary.
Apothecary should have dose attacks.
Go, Doctor, go. Does he just have 1 base? Oh, he missed twice. Okay. He tried. All right, so they're all. So this one guy over here, you owe me a dangerous terrain check on that one guy there.
Do I?
Yeah, because I made it.
Do I, Luka?
I shelled it.
What do I roll on this? Just a.
It's all on a 1. There you go. You're good. You just get no armor save, but you get your invuln. Reroll the invuln.
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter. Yeah. It's,
surf on the shield?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, lots of power X attacks.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh boy. I assume they're 2 attacks base?
Nope.
Oh, just 1? Okay, well then.
Yeah, dude, they're not OP or something crazy. Force.
Because same weapon skill, that's right.
You charged me. And then 3s. Oh, okay, 2.
2? I got my Terminator saves. Make both.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I got the Sarge in the challenge.
Oh, yes. Oh, I failed to hit him somehow. Oh my gosh. A couple hits.
Take that, nerd.
And, okay.
Okay.
Sure. I killed a guy.
I think you killed 1, yeah.
And I think you did 1 wound to me.
I think I killed 1 Terminator fully off, and didn't I kill?
You killed
do
someone
1 wound to a guy.
In the Fafnir thing, yeah. So I hold.
Yep.
Boom. There we go. All right, that's it. We are ongoing combat. All right. Well, that's.
I'm significantly less good now.
It's true. That's you have to charge is weather their attacks first, and then try and carve them up later. They're gonna have that rerollable invulnerable save and the feel no pain, but now they won't be weapon skill 5 at least. On to turn 3. Back it up. Staying there. Okay. These tacticals are moving.
Tactically.
Yeah, I'll react to that. These guys are going to advance. They're going to move directly towards those tacticals. Now they're heavy. They move a little bit slower than normal, but that's where they end up. And the powerful Rhino zipping up to this position.
Heck yeah, let's just go, lads.
And then the Dreadnought will advance as well, because I got Typhon still alive, so I get 2 movement reactions. That's good enough?
I think that'll... well, you know what? We're going to move these guys.
All right.
So I've got 4 of them I owe tests on.
Yeah. So rolling.
So we'll do the 2 plasma guns.
On 1s. Okay, they're good.
The Sarge.
He's okay?
The other guy.
Is they okay? Nice. And then they're -2 to their movement. Alright, that's where they end up. Staying in base contact. Rhino taking up the position. And now we're on the Imperial Fist phase. Shoot gun phase. Let's go!
The shoot ordnance and guns.
Scorpius is going to fire and try and take a shot at this Terminator over here. Oop, right in the back. And what do you get? Oh.
Would I get anything but?
How could you get anything but that? It should be all those Terminators hit, then there's probably like 3 of those guys hit. I'll just measure. This was it. Does miss the tacticals, it only hits the 3 Terminators. Wounds them on 2s though. 4-ups are really good. Naturally.
Heck yeah, brother.
So we got Cataphracty Plate, and we're gonna make all of them.
Oh, look at you go. We're gonna come over here. Let's just try to get that missile launcher off the table.
Tacticals?
Yep, the tacticals. Looking for 2s.
All right. I believe in this man. This is not a sergeant, if anyone's curious. This is a regular support weapon. This has got power armor.
There we go.
Hey, it did not betray. 3 saves?
3 saves.
Oh, on average he dies, so he will. Blah, blah, blah. Tacticals get him.
I think the heavy bolters are just letting loose and the lads running away.
Oh, these guys here?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And lots of shots into them on 2s the first half. Because they're fist. And 4s. Ooh, 3s, I mean. Sorry, they're heavy bolts. Heavy bolters. Joe would be so proud. I tell you, Joe would play the Imperial Fist probably.
Joe's loving this if he's reading this.
He'd be playing Pollux.
So there's 10.
That's a good start. And the second volley. Alright. This many saves. 6 before the sergeant, though they're all in range and line of sight, so I can pull any of them, I suppose. So that's going to be 1 dead. Oh no! Now 5 before the sergeant. Oh no, 3 dead. Oh, it's looking grim. The heavy bolters, why? 2 before the sergeant? Nice. Not nice. We have just the Vexilla and a sergeant left. So 1 at a time. Vexilla, Vexilla, Vexilla. Nice. 200 friends. Now they're already running. I think I'll double check, but they're probably just gonna keep running. I just rally them on my next turn. That's the heavy bolters. Who's next?
You know what? We're gonna go. These fine lads up here are gonna put shots into your dreadnought.
Dread!
4 regular men.
Yeah, these guys are
2s.
weird. Oh, okay, a couple misses. They're weirdly good at hunting vehicles because they're running 4 up.
Running 5 up, I believe.
That's just the one. Is AP 2. That's the save.
Ooh!
That
The boss.
Automatic shielding. Mastercrafted.
Yes.
There we go. And running 2 up. Okay, good enough. And don't save. He puts a shot. He is the Vigilator after all. He puts a shot where he needs it.
Just do Land Raider versus Land Raider.
Spartan into my carrier.
The heavy bolters, I guess, will go. I hadn't thought about that. They'll go after the dreadnought.
Yeah, power in the Sheath Spear, putting that over into the Dreadnought. Starting with that, I guess.
Yep.
Hitting on 2s, Legion Astartes.
And then
6s.
6s?
Yeah.
1.
Okay, we're good. 3 up. And the Sponson Las Cannons forward. Twin linked. Didn't help. 5s to glance that are Thunder. So we have a pen and a glance and a reroll of a glance. I'm going to roll cover saves, then check the rules. So the pen and then the 2 glances. Okay, none of it matters. Oh, I'm going to shroud this because I have nothing else to really do in the shooting phase here. And then the pen. Nope. Yes. So the pen goes through with a +1 roll. Nothing. All right, nothing of important. Down to 2. Because he's reinforced.
I'll do this Rhino shooting into Mr. Dreadnought there.
Actually, oh wait, no, shrouding is against the unit. There's nothing really extra shot him too scary yet. Yeah, okay. Bring it on.
The bolter? Yeah.
Ooh, scary. 6s?
No.
And then the multi-melta. Hit.
Wounds.
Invuln.
Okay. We'll do the Family's Warden Squad.
Same target.
Yeah. First plasma.
He's got a hit. He's got 3 hits. And these are 5s to wound. And right through his armor, and he does not save it. He only has they don't have a 4-up any longer. Just 5-up. Down to 2 wounds. So we have bolt guns.
2s.
6s.
Natural marksman these guys are.
That's 2. Double 1. He's dead. He's alive.
Let's just bully that squad. The bolter.
Both hit. 4s. 3 up. And then the multi-melta. Reroll. And 2. And that guy's dead.
The tactical squad and the Grave Wardens.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. 2s. 4s.
5 wounding hits. No damage.
Okay.
No charges after all the shooting. Boo. Hiss. What, you don't want to fight my stuff?
No. I can't. I shot it all. I can't charge.
True. Very true. All right, we're on to the fight phase over here, where our Typhon is going to do a psychic power for Witch Sense, which he'll pass, and he'll gain a further 1 attack this time. Nice. None of my guys pile in. Our initiative 5 guys are already in combat, so we go right on to fighting. You can go with Fafnir first. Your turn.
3s.
All right.
Mastercrafted.
Ooh. Nice. Weapon skill 6. Very good.
2s.
All right,
Oh, okay, 2
saves. And then right to their invuln. Take 2. For dramatic effect, we're going to kill that guy because he's fighting Fafnir.
Nice.
And then we'll go into Typhon, swinging into the unit. 4 attacks, plus the 1 from the Witch Sense. Hitting on 3s. And 2s. Reroll, because it's Warlord trait. So that's 4 saves. Invulns. Rerollable. Nice. Very good. And then the rest of my initiative stuff. I'll do the challenge, I suppose. I got 4 attacks with my one guy because he doesn't have Reaping Blow active yet, right? He's not in contact with Fafnir. Hitting on 3s now. Okay, and then 2s. All right, we got 1. It's not a poison weapon. The Typhon's is, though. Reroll. Okay, still in the challenge. And then we have the other attacks into the unit. 3s to hit them now because they're not higher weapon skill. Okay, that mattered a little bit. 2s to wound. That is going to be 6 saves. 6 4-ups. About half fail. Can we get maybe a... Okay, and then the doctor. 1 dead. We got there. And then you can do all your power axes. Oh, the apothecary first, then the power axes.
Yeah.
Well then.
Get him, apothecary.
Get him, doctor. Okay.
He's a doctor.
That looks familiar. And then we get to pile them in.
Yep.
They've all piled in to get into combat, and 2 are in dangerous terrain. Ooh, 1's got an invulnerable save, which is rerollable, I believe, still. Oh, you can't take doctor saves against us, though. So 1 guy steps into the crater, realizes, that's nasty, and then dies. And I don't believe that counts as combat resolution. So we're going to go ahead and see if I can get lucky here. Now they hit on 5s, though, because I'm a higher weapon skill. And we'll do the challenge after this. Please don't hit me a lot. Oh, that stops quite a bit of hits. And then those are going to be 3s to wound me. Pretty good roll. Invuln. 2 more wounds. Finishes you off. So you've done 3, and then this guy will have 2 wounds left. There we go. And then the challenge. And then the challenge.
Challenge.
Oh, I got a hit.
Get him. No.
Ooh, all right. So I do lose combat by 3.
Yes.
Because I took 3 wounds, and I took 4 wounds, and I caused a wound. So, dramatic effect. Oh, no, they run! Oh, no. What a surprise! All right. I guess you guys can sweep now, right? That's the thing? They could always sweep?
As far as I know, they can sweep.
Yeah, I rolled that for 5, and then
I rolled that.
I think you catch them. They're dead. Boom, wiped out. With that, there is a tide of yellow on the board. I will throw in the towel there. There will just be more rerollable invuln saves for fighting over there, and then they'll probably beat out Tactical Marines, but that's about it. That's all that would be left.
You don't want to continue on with the beatdown?
I think I've learned my lesson. The yellow
I
is
will
scary.
graciously accept your concession.
That's fair. And then I guess we can jump into a post game. It'll be, the score is, you got attrition so far, but then you'll eventually get units into my deployment zone.
Yeah.
You won't suffer the effects of the Rite of War 2 back because you just have to step into it, so you'll take it for like 1 turn, but everything will be dead, or they'll be tied up fighting something. Like, essentially, they've swept them, so my turn, I'd have to charge them, or kill them and consolidate, but then they'll eventually catch them because they're a little bit faster.
We'll talk about it in the post game.
Yeah, exactly. Well, just to, give you an
If you're
idea.
tapping out, you're tapping out.
I'm tapping out, yeah. The idea is, why don't you keep going, Luke? You stop those guys. They're going to get caught and tied up forever with them, and then he's going to get tied up forever with them, and then the rest of us walk into my deployment zone for the win. Blah! Thank you for checking out this Heresy Battle Report, everyone. Don't forget, paired with it in the vaults, we have more. More Heresy 2.0. This time, we see the Space Wolves with Leman Russ against the Night Lords, led by Conrad in a 3,000-point match. Now, if you're not a Vault member and you want to check out this game, all you have to do is click on the link down below and get yourself a 7-day free trial to the Vault, where you'll have access to it, as well as the rest of our Heresy content to come, and the ones we have, and the rest of our, other Wargaming content in general. And you can cancel after 7 days if you so choose, after binging everything, but we find that most people stick around because they love supporting us, and it is the support from the Vault members that allow us to continue pumping out this content that you know and love. Anyways, I'll let you guys get to that post-game, and I'll catch you next time. So that was horrible.
You didn't have fun?
Oh, I had lots of fun. It reminds me of the 7th edition of old. Actually, this one heavily reminds me. I used to, I have no problem with 4 rerollable invuln saves because I used to run that literally every game I possibly could with my Necrons and the Decurion detachment.
Yep.
So I have nothing to complain about. It's just really durable. That's just all it is, right? It can be a little like it's discouraging, of course, because you have like your cool close combat guys, but it's like, do they count as disorder charge when you charge into them?
No, not
Just get the
anymore.
extra weapon
Yep.
skill.
They get the extra weapon skill, so I got to be careful about keeping in coherency, but obviously that wouldn't have made a huge difference. Keeping in base contact instead of just coherency.
Yeah.
That's easy enough to fix.
It means they get hit by blasts more, but...
They re-roll their saves against... They're not particularly fussy about blasts, because either they re-roll their invuln save or they re-roll their armor save.
Exactly, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm not, like I said, too upset about that. Yeah. Yeah, so...
Well, this was one of those Rites of War. We looked at it right away, and you're like, "Oh, this is like over the top." But we knew that going into it.
There's a lot of really powerful Rites of War, and this happens to be one for the Fists. That I think I started this army. It was a year and a half ago, maybe even more than that.
Yeah, you were building this.
I was building the Fist for actually, you know what? Yeah, because I bought them and then they sat for a while, so I've probably had this for like more than 2 years.
Yeah.
Not like completed, but like purchased, and yeah, it turns out having like 50 dudes with shields,
pretty good. Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Breachers have gotten better, but again, their transport thing is weird. Warders are more expensive. But for 20 points a model, you're getting the Lockstep, which is the bonus weapon skill when you charge me, and then the bonus to the save. Yeah. Bonus to your invuln save.
Yeah.
Compared to, let's see, Breachers real quick. Or Power Axe, and you get 2 free rolls. Paying 5 points for Power Axe and you get 2 free rolls.
Super worth.
Because now you don't have the option to not take them with Power Axes. They'll have a bolter, bolt pistol, Power Axe.
Which that's one thing I didn't know when I went to go charge them. I was probably going to charge them anyways, but I didn't know they had the potential hit back. I figured they wouldn't be able to hit me back too heavily. I figured they were like chainswords or something. But I guess that'd be just as effective because there's a lot of attacks.
It's throwing a ton of attacks, yeah. I apparently have Breacher charge with them too.
I guess that's
so buildings and fortifications, look out.
Oh, fair. Is that all it is now? It's not like that little blast marker
it's
on
not the blast marker or anything, but they all get it. Breacher charge that's engaged or otherwise in base contact during the assault phase with a building or fortification. 1 automatic strength 10 AP 2, initiative step 1. Cool. Yeah. Breachers.
This was they're pretty self-explanatory. They kind of just sit there, shoot gun, and don't die. That's like their goal, and they can move around pretty freely too. There's like no real downsides other than the fact they can't run and their initiative is a little slow.
Well, it could be kind of tough because you do have to you're paying a transport tax to get them where you want, but the transports are okay because I paid to upgrade them to multi-meltas and let them do some anti-tank work.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And it's never steered me wrong so far.
It's done pretty good
for either one. And yeah, so the Rite of War, you take Warder Squads as troops. And then Warder Squads get the Line subtype and Heart of the Legion. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's if you're in coherency, you get to reroll saves. But you gotta be in base contact to get the bonus to your save.
Yeah.
That's where I'm getting confused on it.
Okay.
But you don't get it if you run, which you can't charge or sweep in the current player turn, or if you're falling back.
Yeah, their whole goal is like kind of push up the line, and then do they get the line subtype as well?
They get the line subtype and Heart of the Legion, but they also get Hammer of Wrath 1 if they charge.
Okay, so
and then Ron, I think his Warlord trait has to do with if they charge, they get +1 weapon skill on the turn they charge as well.
And they're only 1 moon, but they're only 20. I think they're a steal for 20 points a model for what they do.
Yeah, I mean, like compared to other stuff, they've got less attacks. They're single attack each.
They're all defense. There's 0 offense to them. It's about like
you just got to be kind of careful because if you go into them like with somebody who runs in with a bunch of chainsword dudes, like I'm probably gonna weather the storm and kill you back with Power Axes.
Yeah,
I'm just not super killy. It's the bonus to the weapon skill when you charge me, which they had before, but now it means a lot more.
It means a lot more nowadays. Yeah, it's a unit that you effectively like the big nasty these Death Shroud got amped up to be quite a bit better. They're battle hardened and 3 wounds, so they're very hard. You need strength 10 to instantly kill them, and they just have a bunch of attacks, great stats all around. Weapon skill 5, they're a great unit, but even a really kill unit like Death Shroud went into these guys here and didn't really stand a chance.
Yeah, you're killing like 1 or 2 a turn.
I kill 1 or 2 a turn, and then all you have to do is cause like 1 additional wound on top of whatever they suffered to win the combat, which in this case it showed. This was a great example for the Death Guard here, like more of a... Whenever I go to learn an army right away, I don't think about it too much. I put them on the table and see what they can do and what they can handle. And now I know the Phalanx Wardens are... You just ignore them. Or you try your best to ignore them. It's like a big nasty...
You realize they're going to tar pit you. You can't plan on just blowing through a unit right away. Because, I mean, like, when you're doing a unit that size, you're probably going to have a Dorn or a Sigismund or a Fafnir or something in that squad to give it some more killing potential.
Just that one piece to give you like those 2 or 3 wounds to get through, while the rest just kind of hold. And then you obviously take the challenge on the sergeant right away. He's got that 4-roll wind ball save, so he can weather the storm for a while.
Depending on what he's playing against, yeah. Or like Fafnir can always take it with a 3-up rerollable and potentially -1 strength when you're swinging against him.
That's true too. Yeah.
If he's using the single axe and the shield, then yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Or you just let him. You know, if you're outnumbered, you use the twin axes and you just go rampage and get extra attacks.
Yeah. In my experience, right now against this, I wouldn't put any Death Star. It's like an anti. It's not really a Death Star. It's like an anti-Death Star in a weird way.
It kind of is because it lets the rest of my list just sort of do work.
Right. Like this can drive right up the middle. So like Josh deployed first. I deployed directly across him because I purposely wanted to see the fight, knowing I probably wasn't going to win it, but I wanted to see what they're really.
Did you think off the bat you weren't going to win it?
I knew what the 4th roll save is impossible to get through. Realistically, when you think about it, right? And I remember they went up to skill 5, so I'm like, okay, I'm hitting on.
Impossible. It's just 75% of the time I'm going to pass my save.
Exactly. It's like it's a crazy. It's better than it's. If anyone's curious on the odds of that, it's not as good as a 2-up invulnerable save, but it's better than a 3+ invulnerable save. Mathematically, 75% chance invulnerable save.
Compared to, it being a 66% chance with a 3-up.
Correct, yeah.
And then when you go to a 3-up rollable, I don't know what the math is, but it's pretty good.
It's better than a 2-up, but not as good as a 1-up. Because
that's fair.
Yeah, I can't remember the math on that is either. It's like
somebody smarter can do it.
It's like 20 something ish, but it's less than 25.
So that's going to be key too for the big unit, the entire squad being able to take multi-bomb. So it's like, no, dreadnoughts can't tie me up, go away.
And then dreadnoughts can't tie you up either, right? You would need something to effectively tie them up, but your best bet, they can't run, just let them walk around, shoot their guns, and then if they catch something, just hopefully it's not something too valuable. It's just that it's not like it'll kill. You might get lucky and whatever it catches just holds for a little bit, but like how many points is that unit?
Oh, jeez.
Excluding this, it's not cheap either.
So Fafnir's like 175.
Okay.
The Apothecary is 45, and if you give me just a moment, it's like 455 for the unit. Then the Apothecary pushes them to 500, and then Fafnir pushes them up. So it's still not like crazy.
They're like 670 points without the Spartan included. And then to give you guys an example, my unit was 550 points.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's not like I was sending a more expensive unit after them. It's just
was that including Typhon or no?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Including Typhon, they're only 550?
Because they're 350 for the unit. They had Delta Bombs, so they're like 375.
Oh, 375, yeah.
Yeah, 375 or something like that. Oh, 385 because the grenade harness. And then, so they were 585 because Typhon's 200.
Gotcha. But yeah, I mean, they were after the Rumble with them, they're still pretty good to go.
Oh, exactly, yeah. Like, they just cleared me up. I killed, 3 dudes or something with combat. Oh, now, granted, dice could have been bad for Josh. I could have killed a few more, and they could have lost combat. This is, in the end, it's just a dice game, but statistically, they're a really good, durable unit there. As for, the other stuff, it was just kind of bad circumstance. I drive forward, the melt guns worked. Now, the fact that they're twin-linked is pretty dang good.
They're 30 points, so they do, on their own, almost double the cost of the Rhino, and then I put Dozer Blades on, so the Rhinos are 70 points.
Yeah, it doubles the cost of the
Rhino. I think Pinto Monte Meltas used to be 15 points or something hilarious.
Right, okay.
But for the twin linked, I'd happily pay 30, for that. Yeah.
The on my note, obviously I learned put these guys in Rhinos, just buy Rhinos for them, and they just drive up the board. And then they disembark when it's best opportunity for them. They boom, and then they kind of standing still, and then they shoot their 10 missiles and are happy to go to town with it.
Yeah, so some of the stuff I want to talk about real quick. I'm going to get the war gear section open. Obviously, augury scanners are a big deal.
I believe we were talking about augury.
Yeah, we were going to talk about different loadouts now. I'm not going to go over everything. I haven't gotten super deep. Augury scanners, pretty sweet. Can infiltrate within 18 of them. And if you have at least one augury scanner in the unit, you ignore the 24-inch line of sight limit when making shooting attacks. And then anything that deploys reserves and is in line of sight with something with an augury scanner, you can do the interceptor for free.
It doesn't cost one of the...
It doesn't cost one. You still can't go beyond 3 in that phase. So, because it happens, let's say, in the movement phase.
Yeah.
So if I have 3 heavy weapon squads with augury scanners, I can't do all 3 of them plus one of the move ones. But still potentially, fairly powerful.
It's 10-point upgrade or something like that?
Yeah, it's a 10-point upgrade.
Super
awesome. The Vexillas are really nice for falling back only D6. You get +1 to your combat res for counting how many wounds you caused in combat, and then you can't fall back off the board edge. You just bounce when you're an inch away.
Yeah.
So that's kind of handy. And then the other one is the Nuncio Voxes. If you take them, they help with scatter stuff if you got line of sight, but the other one is that they ignore the ballistic skill, you ignore the leadership penalty.
Sure, that's right. Yeah, because you can communicate with your the rest of your forces.
Yeah, you're not But I mean, like, augury scanners, take augury scanners on anything that could take them. That's
Yeah.
where, like, the veteran squad, augury scanner 100% of the time now.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, because knife fighting is going to be pretty much every game. It's one of those, like, you'll quickly find that it's worth doing.
Well, and then you have, like, one sacrificial rhino or something with searchlights on it.
Yeah.
To, like, light up whatever target it is you want to hit so that your Spartans and other stuff can shoot at it still freely.
Illuminated, so you can draw line of sight to it and don't suffer the... I assume you don't suffer the negative either. Yeah.
Yeah, but they can see you, but yeah.
It makes those war gear options a lot better.
There's definitely taking certain war gear options, and you can kind of, start to do the math in your head of which ones you want to...
Right.
If you're going to try to force knife fighting off the hop.
Yeah. If I had to readjust, like, I already have ideas how I'd readjust the list. It'd be... I would do augury scanners on my missile launchers, and I would do rhinos for the missile launchers in addition to those guys. I would change. I'd probably drop some of the war gear on the tacticals. I wanted to have some fun with the tacticals and, like, load them out, but, like, I got the Terminators for melee. I don't need them. They can just sit there with bolt guns, essentially. So I would probably take away, to make room for the 35-point more rhinos, I would drop the chain swords and give them, like, bayonets or something.
Right, because part of the talking point is for your heavy weapon squads, for Death Guard specifically, you can move and shoot them without penalty. Mm-hmm. So, like, super powerful to put them into rhinos.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, everybody else's heavy weapon squads, you don't want to do that.
They stay still.
That's silly.
Yeah.
Well, not like the silliest thing, but it's not great the way that yours is. And then, tactical squads. You made fun of my bare bones tactical squads, but...
I did. I really did. They didn't do much, realistically, but they wanted the game.
They were able to screen.
Yeah.
They were able to try to bait reactions. They were able to chip damage. I love them.
I think you killed one model with them.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Who cares?
Fair. I would dare say those 200 points did nothing. It was the Scorpius, the heavy bolters, and that over there won the game.
They allowed me to screen, and they were going to allow me to do reactions and tie things up. If these lads went to go try to charge into here, these guys would have done the counter charge Imperial Fist thing and said, no, you're fighting us. Wait until the boss is ready to fight you later.
Ready to fight you later, yeah. That's fair. That's cool. That works.
There's a lot of good potential.
I like it. I like to see it.
Any talking points for you?
No, mine's just like the changes and everything, and like how I would run certain things a little bit different in practice. Kind of like that's how I usually play. Like the first game I ever play of an army is kind of a throwaway game, just to play as recklessly as I can, and to play and just to see where things are weak and where they need to be changed up a little bit. So I've already identified that, I suppose. These guys, I'm still not in love with them in like any way, shape, or form, but they're kind of cool and unique, so I'll run them. I like so now the Death Rat at 70 points a model. Pretty expensive, but I'm still a pretty big fan of it, and I'll probably run it more. The only problem is our like Death Guard collection's pretty limited, so for characters it would always be like a Praetor or like Typhon or Mortarion in the list. Probably always gonna be Typhon Realist. I actually really like his new rules. I think he's really good at 200 points. He's got like that, giving him weapon skill 7 and D3 extra attacks. He's an awesome challenger, and he's just good at cleaving through units. Now, he's AP2 and flesh bait.
Well, and with them being chosen warriors, they can just jump in the way of the challenges, so he can continue to cleave through units.
Exactly. He's quite good in that regard. And then they themselves are very, very good too. I like them quite a bit. 70 points a model, still pretty expensive, but realistically, I'd probably drop them and just have more fun with like more dreadnoughts, more transports, more of literally anything else that'll do more than they will. They're cool, but they're a little too slow. They can't fat walk up the board, and I can't afford another, in this list I couldn't afford another Land Raider for them. I do have more Land Raiders, but it's probably not worth it. I'd rather honestly just have more of them. Yeah, expect more Death Guard games in the future. I love their rules, and I like how they've changed, and Mortarion is especially fun. This was, and so is Callus Typhon, but I probably wouldn't run them both together. It's, I would expect pretty much everyone on my list to have him in it going forward, because I think I like his rules a little bit too much to put him down. And that or Mortarion. So all my Death Guard games are probably going to have a named character in them, but I don't think you guys will mind too much. It'll just be if there's Primarchs or no Primarchs. And
yeah, I think for looking at the Fist, like I don't have any Dreadnoughts for them except for the one Dreadnought that didn't want to show up, which I don't want to talk about in that last game.
Yeah.
Because they took away the rules for a couple different things in my army. Because I can't take the Box Knot anymore. I can't take the Lightning Primaris, and I can't take my Medusa / Basilisks.
How many of those did you have?
2.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, like, there's kind of weird feel bad, but, so I'm contemplating just adding Dreadnoughts, which is the de facto go-to kind of thing. But I'm also strongly considering just adding a pair of Land Raiders and calling good for there.
I'm a big fan of the carrier. I think the carrier is amazing. The Spartan's nice, but I think it's overkill.
Spartans, well, and especially because, like, whatever, I threw a giant... I didn't need that many.
Exactly, yeah.
I could have had a 12-strong squad.
They could do the job at 12 strong. I'm quickly seeing that. Like, the Death Stars of old are kind of old.
Yeah.
But yeah, 12 strong should be good. Or even, like, 10 and 2 characters.
Well, that's one thing, 10 and 2 characters. In, you know, Land Raiders.
You could have, like... how many apothecaries do you have?
I own 2 for the Fists.
Okay. I was debating, like, curious why you didn't put another one over there.
Because I like things to be even. And I don't want to remember which Rhino has an apothecary. Because remember, I still have a whole other Phalanx Warder squad in here that didn't get out.
It's true. You kicked my butt with, like, 3 units. It was sad.
Yeah.
4. They didn't do... maybe, yeah.
They beat that Dreadnought up.
Yeah,
pretty
they
good.
did. They did 3 wounds on Overwatch. I'll give you 4.
3 wounds on Overwatch, and I think they did 1 or 2 in regular shooting.
But yeah, like the Land Raiders got a heck of a lot better. Stayed the same cost essentially too.
Land Raiders are fantastic,
Land Raiders,
and I probably need to get a pair of them.
Yeah, I think Land Raiders are kind of where it's at. Spartan, if you want to run a Death Star, the Spartan is your clear choice. But you can run something effective with a Land Raider and have your points allocated elsewhere.
Yeah, so I'd rather have, like, I would do a Spartan and 2 Land Raiders and just, here you go. Here's my armored spearhead going forward with my stupid preachers inside of them.
Yeah, that worked. I mean, that works too. That could be your whole list.
That would be a good chunk of the list, yeah.
Yeah.
I could make some cuts here and there otherwise. But yeah, there's a lot of potential.
Well, the fact that they get Line as well and Heart of the Legion, fascinating. Because they're feel no pain on objectives without Apothecary. And I find that...
Oh, are they?
Yeah, because the Apothecary stacks with Heart of the Legion, specifically.
Oh.
Yeah.
You want to play an objective? Okay, so next game, how about you and I play? We'll do a Zone Mortalis one that has objectives.
Ooh, where they thrive?
You imagine those monsters?
No, thank you. I'd rather do literally anything else.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know if I have much that could actually really realistically beat that. I'm sure there's something.
There's plenty of it. And I mean, like, we're kind of laughing about it. I happen to have a list that is off the top strong for this new edition. It's not great. There are ways to play around it. We're still learning the edition. This isn't the end of the world. We're kind of just laughing about it now. Right.
This is one of those things that you figure out how to play against it. It's one of two things. It's either you'll figure out how to play against it, or it is too strong and it'll get changed. Yeah. I don't think it'll get changed. I don't think it's too strong. I just think you have to, like...
It's brutal and straightforward.
What this punishes is the zug. Like, I move my army, like exactly what I did. I moved my army forward, I charged, I rolled dice, I lost. Okay, well that's the trap they want you to fall into.
Yeah, because him being able to make the 2 in the assault means I get 2 overwatches.
Yes.
And I'm just going to try to get you to charge me, because the warders, in a lot of circumstances, are just better if you charge them.
Yes.
I don't care about the extra attack. Like to finish off weakened squads, cool. Like getting an extra attack and Hammer of Wrath on the way in.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
You kind of get the field a little bit more too, something like that. Right?
Yeah, but that's kind of that's almost cleanup work.
Exactly.
The job is for everybody to move forward. Like I said, build a wall and then just let the enemy crash upon you and mop up whatever's left.
Exactly that. And it worked wonderfully. I think that was a rough go for the Death Guard, but that's kind of what you get. You can't play recklessly into the. Whatever the Rite of War is called.
Stone Gauntlet.
The Stone Gauntlet, yeah. The Stone Gauntlet's a heck of a Rite of War, and it'll get you there. It'll definitely get you there. I wonder what this would play against the one Rite of War. The Dark Angels have the War Crimes one. That one's nasty because it just slows your movement down by 2 everywhere, which is brutal. So you just be walking around really slow.
That's where you gotta have the transports.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, but then they just might get immobilized everywhere.
Yeah, well, Rhinos with Dozer Blades, whatever.
It works.
There's some weird matchups.
Yeah, there would be some weird matchups, of course. Ideally, best case scenario is try to avoid them as best you can, or throw something like that might do okay against them, but it's not that many points to tie them up because even a 10-man squad's pretty expensive, at over 250 each with the loadouts you have over there, I assume.
Those squads, because so
they have 350 actually. Holy crap, yeah. 325 with the Rhino. Yeah.
With a 70-point Rhino though.
Oh, that's a 70-point Rhino. So they're over 200 each. They're like
they're 250.
Oh, there's that. Oh, it's right. They are 250. Yeah, nice. Huh. So 250 for a 10-man squad is pretty expensive.
With only 10 wounds in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that could go awry. Best way to deal with it, honestly, is probably bolt guns. Like really cheap, small, efficient.
We're the most popular people, so whoever's knocking on the door, come in. This is, I think...
I can't remember what we were talking about.
I don't know.
The cost of the unit and what to throw into them and whatnot. I also want to point out that Dreadnoughts aren't nearly as nasty as we all...
You still have to be prepared to deal with dreadnoughts. Like, if you came into a game unprepared for dreadnoughts, like, they're gonna destroy you.
I would dare say what you have over here is not prepared for a dreadnought, yet you almost killed them.
I've got the squad up here, and I've got some last cannons. I'm not super well prepared, but I had stuff in the list knowing that I might have to chip away at a dreadnought.
Correct, yeah. But heck, even like, you're shooting at bolt guns, the plasma guns aren't bad. Those guys are weirdly good at it too, because of the rending 5 up, so I guess it's hard to land a 5. It's like a 2 and a 5, so it's not very likely.
It's 2 and a 5, so it's not super, but again, to chip a couple wounds off here and there, because they were only, what, 7 wounds or something? 7 or 8?
7. There were 78 2-up save, yeah.
So there's that. These guys are also hilariously fantastic for shooting at squads, because they're sniper.
Yeah.
So they get to just pick where the wounds go.
Yeah, instead of me as the defender picking, Josh, the attacker.
There's 72-inch range.
Yeah, really.
And I keep forgetting he has to declare prey that it gets rerolls against.
In this case, would you pick the Leviathan, I guess?
Probably I would have picked the Leviathan to bully him, knowing that.
You didn't need the rerolls against
him being rending 2 up. So that, and then, they are also, the weapons are pinning.
Nice.
And his is pinning Shell Shock 1. So you just shoot the sergeant in the face and make them take a...
leadership 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially. That's kind of funny.
Then that's where, again, I want to get them for the Night Lords, because if something scary is nearby...
Exactly.
I'm like, yeah.
Additional negative, yeah.
I guess we're going to make sure you're not doing reactions.
That works. That works a lot. Man, I'm trying to think of, like, if I... Damn, this is a tough match. If I had built my list differently, I would have also played a lot more cautiously as well. Waited a little bit more and all that stuff. I just really wanted to see that fight.
I don't know if waiting would have helped, because I would have just deployed the wall in the middle of the board, and then... You would have had a struggle getting past me to get to my deployment zone, and I would have been that much closer. I think you needed to be aggressive and force me to do this.
Yeah, I guess there's a few places die rolls could have gone better for me. I could have not gotten pinned there, maybe did a couple more damage on the... Because it is a lot of flamer attacks. And they're all 2-up poison.
Okay, so here's my talking point, is that you would have done a lot of flamer attacks that I get rerollable armor saves against, and then I would have shot you.
Right.
Which is not super effective, but again, I could have chipped wounds on you, so like...
I'm curious how much that would have done. Because it would have been 6 hand flamers, which would have been about 10 hits or more each.
Oh yeah, it would have been an absolute crap ton.
Wounding on 2s.
Yeah? Oh, wounding on 2s is kind of a big deal. Yeah, you could have done some good damage.
Yeah. So that pinning there sucked. And then obviously you pinned these, or you made these guys snap fire, and then they also ran away on top of it. So I was down 1 unit there, which could have... They're all chainswords. So, like, this game, had I not failed so many of the leadership checks, and then obviously they got swept and ran away too. If it wasn't for that, I would have kept playing. They could have just kept holding the line there while these guys try to... It would have been ideally losing that trade over there. They would have charged them and then rampaged in this direction with the help of the Leviathan. And I might have been able to make something happen, but them running and then freeing you up, I'm like, okay, that's...
Yeah, and this was going to just swing with the guys into the back there and put a scoring unit into your back
get 2 points there, yeah. I was hoping to keep these guys alive and get my points over there, but...
No, that Rhino was hunting you down. That Rhino in that squad was going to go into your deployment zone and just hunt you down, those 2 remaining dudes.
Yeah, not much I could have done. I actually forgot there was 10 warders in there still. So it was like pretty much no chance. It just went really south for me really quick. But I kind of forgot about the pinto-mounted man melt against. Not that I could have done much against it, I guess. They're
going to continue to grief you this edition.
Yeah. Well, they're 30 points are kind of expensive, but like they're pretty good. Maybe like ideally just next time I'll pop the missiles out of the transports, shoot at them first, and then weather the storm.
Yeah, see anything you can do to draw fire onto your rhinos, like cool. That's drawing fire away from the rest of the stuff that I'm going to just continue to hammer you with.
It's a little scary to fire a heavy weapon team into the heavy bolter team because of the same reason.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the idea with the augers. You didn't have any deep strike, but if you did, there is, because I deployed them way on a flank, right? And knowing if there was deep strike in your list, I may have done it differently. But there is a 36-inch bubble. Anything comes in from reserves, it either hides out of line of sight of them, or it takes 40 shots.
Yeah. Boo.
As a free reaction.
As a free reaction, yeah, it's pretty good. Well, now I've learned the augury scan is really good. Probably pick up some of those in case there's night fighting. And transports for the heavy teams for Death Guard. Keep that in mind. Otherwise, though, folks, that's pretty much it for this game. Leave some feedback down below what we might have forgotten or did incorrectly in your opinion. And if you can, please leave a reference. As always, we will see you next time for some more Horus Heresy. Rest assured there will be quite a bit more Horus Heresy coming your way. And,
no breaks on the Heresy train.
There's no breaks on that Heresy train. We'll catch you next time with some of that. And we'll wish you some happy wargaming on top of all that. And have a good day.